When talking about the best gun to use in Escape from Tarkov, we usually look at the ammo available first before considering which exact gun to use. You could have the best modded gun in the world, but if you're using the wrong ammo on it, it won't do much. So as we look into what the best gun to use is at level 1 traders, I'll first talk about what my preferred bullet is at this level. And to cut to the chase, the answer to that, in my opinion, is the 7.62x39 PS round. It's cheap at 91 rubles per round, it's readily available with proper level 1, and it does not have a max purchase limit. With its 57 flesh damage and 32 armor pen, you'll be doing some decent damage to armor up until around class 4. When going against class 5 or 6, you might want to start going for the head. Later in this video, I'll show you actual raw fights with this round using level 1 gear, so stick around to the end for that. As for my preferred weapon to use for this 7.62x39 PS round with level 1 traders, I'm mainly going to recommend the dark brown SKS from proper level 1. Or if you have Jaeger unlocked already, you can get the OP SKS. The only difference between these two variants is that the OP SKS has a dovetail for dovetail mountable sights like the PSO, which is available at proper level 1, which is a great sniper scope to begin with. The dark brown SKS from proper level 1 is quite cost efficient at 21,810 rubles. It's an efficient gun fresh out of the box with no mods needed. Although if you're not comfortable with its built-in 10-rounder mag, you can always throw in a 20-rounder from Peacekeeper level 1. Remember, the SKS can also be top-loaded, so if you want to be extra cost efficient, you don't need to bring extra mags. Another gun I'd recommend of the same caliber is the Vepr 136 from Skier level 1. This is pretty much a single-fire AKM. It's a solid gun at 32,420 rubles and offers a couple of decent mods even with level 1 traders. So if you have the extra budget and you're willing to spend some extra cash to mod out your Vepr for a slight performance boost, you can build something like this. I'll leave this on screen for a second so you can take a screenshot and copy this build at your own time. All these parts were bought from level 1 traders. This build offers better ergo and recoil than the stock SKS I recommended earlier, and we're able to put an optic on this as well. And not to mention, you can also run 30 rounders on the Vepr 136. But again, I'd only recommend this if you got that extra little cash you're willing to spend. We did some casual armor tests to see how well this round performs against a few of the more common sets of body armor you'll find people using between armor classes levels 3 to 5. And here were the results. First is the Kirasa at armor class 3 and 70 durability. It took 5 straight shots to the chest to take this down. Next is the 6B47, a class 3 helmet with 25 durability. This was a straight 1-tap. This is the Trooper armor at class 4 with 85 durability. It took 7 shots to kill, but apparently I missed one and hit his stomach, so take it for what it is. Next, we got the Ulak or the Ulach, however you like calling it. It's a class 4 helmet with 38 durability, and it surprisingly took 4 shots to the head before killing the PMC. Next, we got the Gazelle class 5 with 65 durability. It took 8 shots to kill, just 1 over the Trooper. And last but definitely not the least, we got the Hex Grid at class 6 with 50 durability, and it took a whopping 11 shots to kill. My takeaway from the results is that if you're going up against an opponent with at most class 4 armor, you can pretty much aim for center mass. But if they're wearing class 5 or class 6, I would recommend going for that headshot. Better yet, a face shot. Assuming your opponent's wearing a face shield, the PS round should comfortably go through a class 3 face shield. So now let's talk actual application on how to use this round with my preferred gun, the SKS. To help with this, I'll show you a couple of raw fights where I ran the SKS with 7.62x39 PS rounds, had a P.A.K.A. for body armor, and a 6B47 helmet. Again, all this is available from level 1 traders. These raids were recorded on February 8, 2022. Wipe was about 2 months ago, so we do have decently geared players in raid. The way I like to approach fights with this loadout is very slow and steady. I won't be sprinting around the map so much, and I'll be playing purely off of info. Mainly audio cues. In this raid right here, I am straight off of spawn and I hear shots going off in old gas. So I'm gonna work my way there, but like I mentioned earlier, slow and steady. I think he's under the bridge. I'm gonna peek for info here, but if you notice, I don't commit to it. I also don't commit to entering old gas. I know someone's here, but I'm gonna play it patient. Also, I'm trying to be hyper aware of my surroundings so I don't get flanked from the back or from the side from a third party. That was a close call, but thankfully I survived it. Now that I know where he is, I'm going to reposition to shake things up and keep him guessing. And again, slow and steady. Ideally, I wanted to line up a headshot for a one-tap here as he was busy climbing the bridge. But unfortunately, he spotted me before I could even line it up, so I went for a mag dump and still got him. Overall though, I would like to say our patience and positioning won us that fight. We took home some decent stuff from this guy. He had a modded out AK-74 with BT rounds and had level 4 armor and helmet. It was a solid win, GG. In this next fight, we're going against a duo not as high leveled as the previous guy we just fought. But nonetheless, whether high level player or not, I would play it the same way as I did here. I'm walking around construction when I hear a couple of footsteps. I spot them, I play patient, and try to line up a headshot. We dropped one, boys. Dropping that first guy is a huge deal. Now it's a straight up 1v1. After killing the first guy, I tried to go straight for a second headshot on the second guy but couldn't land it. So I decided to back up, reposition, and reset the fight. I went into detail about fighting squads as a solo player in a previous video. Check the top right of your screen. You should see an info card to that video if you're interested. We're gonna flank. Shots. Go flag this way. After doing a quick reposition, I peeked to check for info. I have no visual on him, neither do I have an audio cue, so I'm gonna assume he never actually pushed out. And he's either guarding his friend's body or he backed up the other way. So I'm gonna play the long game and do a bit of a flank. And like I said earlier, slow and steady. I got 17 hydration, man. Yeah, that gas is great, dude, for what it does. GG. We spotted him, lined up the shots, and finished the job. GG.